Have you ever heard her say something that made your chest tighten and wondered, is this just friendly banter or something more? Most men miss it. They hear the words, but they don't listen to the signals beneath them. Today, I'm going to teach you to see through her words, to catch the subtle admissions she makes when she's quietly testing your heart. These are not mistakes. These are intentional windows into her mind. And if you know how to read them, you'll never be confused about her feelings again. A woman's psychology is complex, layered, and precise. What she says is often only the tip of the iceberg, and the real message hides beneath tone, body language, and timing. Men often dismiss her casual comments, a laugh here, a touch there, a small confession whispered when she thinks no one is listening. But here's the truth. When she says something that hints at her emotions, she is revealing more than she consciously realizes. She's giving you a map, a pathway into her heart, and if you miss it, you stay trapped in the friend zone. Let's start with the first subtle admission. When she shares her personal struggles or fears with you, things she doesn't tell anyone else, this is no accident. She's testing your ability to hold her vulnerability without judgment. Most men hear this and feel honored or even flattered, but they don't understand the weight of what's being revealed. This is not casual friendship. This is an emotional bridge. If you dismiss her struggles or respond superficially, she retreats and you remain invisible. But if you respond with care, understanding, and quiet support, you are moving into uncharted territory with her, into a space where few men ever arrive. Next, watch for the moments she compares you to others. When she says something like, "You're really different from him," or "I wish more guys were like you," she's revealing what she values emotionally. Most men laugh it off, thinking it's a compliment. It is, but it's also a quiet signal that she is measuring you against potential romantic interest. She's seeing if you can rise to the level she desires, if you can be more than just someone to text at midnight. The way you respond in these moments matters more than anything she says outright. Confidence, subtle teasing, and emotional reciprocity here will shift her perception from friend to someone she secretly considers for more. Now, let's talk about how she initiates contact. When she seeks your attention for no reason, when she messages you first, or finds excuses to spend time alone with you, it's a quiet acknowledgement that she values your presence. Men often ignore this because it feels casual, but this behavior is deliberate. She's letting you know you occupy a special space in her mind. Timing is everything. Does she reach out when she's feeling low or when she's excited about something in her life? If it's both, you are no longer just a friend. She's placing you at the center of her emotional world. Finally, notice how she reacts to your absence. Women test men subtly, and one way they do it is by gauging your emotional investment through absence. If she expresses concern, curiosity, or even jealousy when you are not around, it's a key signal. Many men rationalize this as overreacting or being dramatic. It's not. It's her heart signaling that you matter more than you think, that she wants to see where her place is in your life. Miss this, and you'll remain just a friend. Recognize it, respond thoughtfully, and you're stepping into a new dynamic. By now, you should begin to feel a shift in perception. These are not coincidences. These are admissions, small but powerful, that she is quietly revealing her emotional interest. The question is, are you paying attention, or are you letting them pass unnoticed? Here's something almost every man misses, and it's the silent, unspoken admissions that carry the heaviest weight. She doesn't always tell you outright how she feels, but she drops clues in the spaces between words, in the way her eyes linger, or how her tone softens when she talks to you. These moments are dangerous if ignored, because while men focus on obvious actions, the subtle cues are where the truth lives. And once you learn to read them, you start seeing the patterns that separate just a friend from someone who secretly imagines a future with you. One of the most revealing admissions comes when she shares her future plans. She might talk about an event, a trip, or a life goal, and then casually ask, "Wouldn't it be fun if you came?" Or she may say, I don't know anyone who would understand me like you do. These are not random statements. They are invitations disguised as casual conversation. Men often hear them and shrug, thinking she's joking or just being friendly. But pay attention. She's letting you imagine yourself in her life in ways that no ordinary friend gets to do. If you fail to recognize this, you're giving up a space she is carefully carving for you. Next, watch how she talks about her past relationships. When she confides in you about exes, heartbreaks, or what she wished she had in a partner, she's testing whether you can be that safe, emotionally intelligent man she's looking for. This is not gossip. It's an emotional audition. She's seeing if you fit the mold of what she desires without explicitly saying it. Many men respond with casual advice or jokes. That's a mistake. The correct response is empathy, subtle validation, and demonstrating that you understand her emotional world better than anyone else. That's how you cross from friend into the territory of romantic consideration. Her physical cues are even more telling. A light touch on your arm, lingering hugs, playful nudges. These are experiments, not accidents. She's watching how you respond, gauging whether your reactions align with her unspoken desires. Most men think a touch is just a friendly gesture. It's not. It's her way of measuring your sensitivity, your comfort with intimacy, and your ability to handle the closeness she's offering. Respond with confidence, warmth, and subtle restraint, and she begins to see you differently. Ignore it, and you remain trapped in the friend zone, invisible in ways that hurt more than rejection ever could. One of the most powerful admissions happens in her questions, when she asks, "Do you think I'm overreacting?" Or, "Would you really do that for me?" She's probing the depth of your care. These questions are loaded. They are not casual curiosities. They are emotional tests. They measure your patience, your loyalty, and your willingness to put her feelings first. Many men answer superficially or defensively, which kills the opportunity. The right response is thoughtful, measured, and emotionally aware, showing her that you see her, not just her words, but the emotions behind them. Finally, notice how she reacts when you speak about other women. A subtle change in her tone, a quiet question, or even a fleeting look of concern signals that she's imagining herself in your romantic space. She may never say it aloud, but her psychology is clear. She wants to know where she stands, and she's testing whether you are emotionally available. Most men misread these reactions as jealousy or moodiness. They are neither. They are admissions, whispers of desire and consideration. And if you know how to respond, you can move from friend to the man she secretly wishes for. Now, let's talk about the dangerous mistakes most men make when she starts revealing herself. This is the moment where a man either steps into the space she's carefully opening or steps back, forever locking himself in the friend zone. The first mistake is over-explaining or trying too hard to prove your value. When she shares something personal or vulnerable, your instinct might be to respond with a story about yourself, to match her intensity. That's a trap. When you do this, you shift the focus off her, and suddenly you're competing with her own feelings instead of honoring them. Men who do this think they're building connection. They're actually building distance. The second mistake is seeking immediate clarity. She might say something that hints at deeper feelings, and you panic, asking, "So, do you like me?" Or trying to force a confession. This is emotional impatience. Women rarely reveal everything at once, and pressuring her breaks the delicate bridge she's offering. The correct approach is subtlety. Observe, listen, and respond in ways that reinforce trust and emotional safety. Show her you can hold the space for her emotions without demanding answers. That patience, that calm presence, is magnetic in a way no overt action ever could be. Another common mistake is ignoring her tests of jealousy. She may talk about another man, lightly tease you about his qualities, or share a story where she felt cared for by someone else. Most men respond defensively or dismissively, thinking they're protecting their pride. The smarter response is measured curiosity and calm confidence. Don't compete. Don't overreact. Simply acknowledge and use it as a subtle signal of where she's emotionally. These moments are not threats, they're admissions of what she desires, and they give you the chance to position yourself as the man who can meet those unspoken needs better than anyone else. Then there's the mistake of taking everything literally. When she laughs, teases, or even complains, men often interpret it as casual friendship. But women rarely speak in absolutes when it comes to emotions. A teasing comment about your availability, a light jab about your personality, or even a sarcastic remark can all be layered with hidden meaning. If you treat her words superficially, you miss the underlying admission. She's signaling interest, gauging your response, and testing whether you can navigate her emotional complexity. Men who catch these cues, respond with confidence and subtle warmth, and never overanalyze, are the ones who move forward in her mind. Finally, one of the biggest mistakes is underestimating the power of emotional reciprocity. She opens a window into her world, tests your understanding, and measures your patience. If you respond with genuine care, validation, and subtle flirtation, you cross a line that no friendship can contain. Men who ignore this, who stick to neutral responses or joke too much, remain trapped on the outside. Women are wired to notice emotional attunement. It's irresistible when a man can match it without trying too hard. Here's the truth, and it's brutal. Most men will never see these admissions for what they are. They'll nod, smile, and remain friends while she wonders why the man she secretly desires is invisible. You don't have to be most men. You can see the signals, understand the psychology, and act in ways that quietly shift her perception. You can move from being a friendly shoulder to someone she imagines herself with, but it requires patience, precision, and a willingness to read between the lines. The choice is yours. Miss it or recognize it and step into the role she's already letting you occupy in her heart. Now, I want to reveal the admissions most men completely miss. The ones that scream interest if you know how to listen. She doesn't always say, "I like you." Her words are subtler, and that's why so many men remain stuck. One of the clearest signs is when she seeks your advice on matters that touch her heart, matters she could discuss with anyone else. If she asks your opinion about relationships, about men, or even about her own decisions in a way that shows she values your perspective above others, she is signaling trust and emotional alignment. Most men answer mechanically, offering standard advice. That's a mistake. The right move is to respond thoughtfully, showing insight, empathy, and a subtle understanding of her emotions, demonstrating that you see not just her words, but her heart. Another powerful admission is when she shares her dreams or fantasies, even casually. Men often hear these as idle chatter, harmless stories, but they are windows into her desires. She might say, "I've always wanted someone who," or "It would be amazing if someone could understand me like that." These are invitations for you to step into her imagined world. Notice the words carefully. She's telling you exactly the qualities she values, the emotional connection she craves. Your response here is crucial. A thoughtful, slightly teasing, confident acknowledgement makes her feel seen, and slowly she begins to associate you with the emotional fulfillment she's describing. Watch her physical closeness too. When she leans in, touches your arm lightly, or seeks moments of private proximity, she's communicating attraction in ways words never could. Men dismiss this as friendliness or accident, but these small, deliberate gestures are psychological tests. They measure your comfort with intimacy and your ability to respond without fear or overreaction. Respond with calm confidence, a slight warmth, and never overthink it. She'll feel the energy shift immediately. You move from friend to someone she secretly wonders about. Then there are the moments when she shares her emotional highs and lows, her excitement, frustrations, or even insecurities. When she does this, she's essentially asking, "Can you handle me?" This is not casual sharing, it's an emotional audition. Many men treat it lightly, crack a joke, or offer surface-level sympathy. That's the wrong approach. Your job is to validate, reflect, and subtly reciprocate emotional depth. Show her that you are not just a sounding board, but a safe harbor, a presence that can hold her feelings without judgment. This is how men transition from being comfortable company to being indispensable in her emotional world. Finally, notice how she reacts to your attention or its absence. A woman who is testing her feelings will gauge your availability carefully. She might comment on your absence indirectly, express curiosity, or even hint at jealousy in subtle ways. Many men misinterpret this as trivial or overdramatic. In reality, it's one of the clearest admissions she's emotionally invested. How you respond determines whether you remain just a friend or move into a space of romantic consideration. Calm, confident acknowledgement, paired with thoughtful engagement, signals that you are aware, capable, and emotionally attuned, the exact qualities that make a man irresistible. Every single one of these admissions, when read correctly, paints a picture that most men never see. They are signals, tests, and invitations woven into casual conversation, body language, and timing. The difference between being her friend and being the man she secretly desires is not chance. It's understanding these hidden truths and responding with emotional intelligence, subtle confidence, and patient precision. Miss them, and she remains just a friend. Recognize them, and you step into a role she's quietly reserving for someone extraordinary. By now, you should begin to see the pattern. These admissions, these tiny cracks in her words and actions, are not accidents. They are intentional, subtle, and precise signals of her emotional investment. Most men never notice because they are too busy thinking about what to say next, trying to impress or over-analyzing everything. The truth is far simpler. She is revealing herself to you, piece by piece, testing whether you are emotionally capable, confident, and attentive enough to cross from friend to something more. And if you know how to respond, you can quietly become the man she thinks about when no one else is around. One of the final admissions comes in her laughter. When she laughs at your jokes, not the polite, surface-level laugh, but the deep, lingering kind that touches her eyes. She is signaling enjoyment, comfort, and attraction all at once. Men often mistake this for friendship or casual banter. It's not. It's her heart giving you a window into her feelings without needing to speak the words aloud. A subtle smile, a teasing retort, or a confident continuation of the conversation strengthens your presence in her mind. Over time, she will start associating you with emotional safety, fun, and attraction simultaneously. Another revelation comes in how she remembers details about you. She recalls small preferences, past comments, or stories you shared weeks ago. This is more than attentiveness. It's a silent signal that you occupy a special place in her mind. Men often ignore this, thinking, of course she remembers. But the truth is, not every man is remembered this way. Her remembering is a hidden confession, an acknowledgement of your importance. The more carefully you honor these moments, show gratitude, reciprocate subtle attentiveness, the more she perceives you as someone irreplaceable. The most powerful insight, however, is that she is always testing your energy, your presence, and your boundaries. She will give you openings to step forward emotionally and subtly gauge your reaction. Every admission she makes, whether through words, gestures, or questions, is an invitation. Not a promise, not a guarantee, but an opportunity. Men who understand this play a different game. They don't beg, they don't chase. They engage with awareness, empathy, and quiet confidence. That is what shifts perception from friend to someone she secretly desires. Here's the final truth. If she admits these things, shares her fears, her dreams, her comparisons, her laughter, her curiosity about your life, you are not just a friend. You're in the space where she is quietly imagining a future with you. What you do next matters. Be emotionally present, subtly confident, and aware of her cues. Respond with depth, not desperation, with warmth, not overexcitement. This is how a man moves from invisible to unforgettable, from friend to someone she secretly longs for. Now, here's something I want you to do. Think about the last time she shared a personal thought, a dream, or a subtle test with you. Multiply the number of admissions she has given by the moments you've truly noticed her cues. That's your personal score, a reflection of how attuned you are to her emotional signals. Write it in the comments below and let me know what you notice. And if this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this, because the truth about female psychology is too powerful to keep to yourself.